Hi everybody, I'm Divya, Faculty of English from Dr. NGP Arts and Science College. The topic that we are going to see today is Mending Wall written by Robert Frost. So these are the few pictures of Mending Wall. We are now going to see about the author, about the poet, Robert Lee Frost. His country is USA, San Francisco. His occupation is poet as well as playwright. His notable works are A Boy's Will, North of Boston. He has won Pulitzer Prizes in the year 1924, 1931, 1937, and 1943. The relevant background information about this poem is Robert Frost lived most of his life on farm on the eastern side of America. Frost wrote Mending Wall while he was living in England just before World War I. He used the poem to remind himself of his home in America. He liked to use language as it is actually spoken. He is a poet of deep thoughts. Behind his description, we can also find spiritual meaning. Outline of the poem is countryside in spring. 45-line poem. This is a 45-line poem, one verse para without any stanzas. The use of I makes it more like a monologue, a one-person dramatic speech. Frost described the border between two forms or people, explores stubbornness in a conservative farmer who blindly follows tradition. On a deeper level, Mending Wall examines how humans deal with each other and live isolated lives by building the wall. Theme of the poem is a respectful distance between neighbors is a recipe for harmonious relationship. It shows the meaning source in the line of the poem that is good fences make good neighbors. Cooperation between neighbors shows the line I let my neighbor know beyond the hill. And the futility of the country custom is known by the line oh, just another kind of outdoor game. These are the three lines which depicted the theme of the poem. In the line 1, something there is that doesn't love a wall. Something is a wishy-washy word, which means a very weak word, and just about anything under the sun can qualify as something, even a person. By using something instead of someone, our speaker suggests that humans are not the only wall-destroying culprits. There are things out there as well. So, in this poem, man builds wall, nature destroys the barrier. That is, wall is being destroyed by nature, and again man is repairing the wall, repairs it out of tradition and habit. What are the causes of damage of the wall? Due to natural cause as well as man-made cause, the wall may get damaged. Mental as well as physical condition of a wall is being clearly mentioned here. And do not ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up. This was a famous line of Robert Frost. Now we will see the poem line by line. First four lines that we are going to see right now. Something there is that doesn't love a wall, that sends a frozen ground swell under it, and spills up a boulder in the sun, and makes gap even two can pass unpressed. Something there is prevailing in nature which doesn't love a wall. And if, though since it is not loving, since the nature does not love the wall, it it swells the frozen ground. The ground is already frozen, and it swells the frozen. It swells the ground is already frozen, and spills the upper boulders in the sky, in the sun, which means the boulders which are being kept on the wall is being spilled in the sun, and makes gap even two can pass abreast. Once it is getting fallen, The gaps are created, and with that gap, two can pass abreast. The work of hunters is another thing. So the speaker thinks that something, some hunters would have done this work. So he decided to see whether the hunters who made the wall to be under repair, whether they are making it correct by repairing it. I have come after them and made repair, where they have left no one stone on a stone. So the speaker thought that hunter would have done that damage, so they would have already uh, made repair. So thinking this in his mind, the speaker followed the hunter, but it has not happened. The hunters have not done that. They have not even kept even one stone on the another. Their pretty work is to chase rabbits to please their helping dogs. Helping dogs wait in idle. And the gaps I mean, no one has seen them made or heard them made. So we already saw no, that due to something in nature which doesn't love a wall, some gap has been already happened, and no one has seen them made or heard them made. But at spring mending time, we find them there. So every year, without damage caused by humans, the walls are getting damaged. So every year, in the spring season, the speaker as well as his neighbor have the habit of mending the wall. That time is made mentioned as mending time. But at spring mending time, we find them there. So this information was brought to the notice of his neighbor, speaker's neighbor. I let my neighbor know beyond the hill. I let my neighbor know beyond the hill. And on a day, we meet to walk the line. So this information, the damages being caused to the wall through nature or to somebody else, it has been brought to the notice of the neighbor of the speaker, and he was asked to come. And on a day we meet to walk on line. Line defines the wall which has been built already and set the wall between us once again. So why the neighbor has been called? The neighbor has been called to set the wall once again. We keep the wall between us as we go. So they used to have the habit of keeping the wall while they are going on line. To each the boulders that have fallen to each. To each the boulders that have fallen to each. And some are lobes and some so nearly balls. To each the boulders. So they both will be repairing the wall. So by the line they'll be moving, and each of them will be keeping one of the lobes on the wall. Nearly, it is like a ball. We have to use a spell to make them balance. We have to use a spell to make them balance, which means he has to keep one. Meanwhile, the neighbor has to keep one. loaves or stones. Stay where you are until our backs are turned. So as soon as this repair has been done, the loaves and stones are getting fallen again. So this line is mentioned, stay where you are until our backs are turned. Till we come back with another loaves, with another stones. Stay where you are. We wear our fingers rough with handling them. Oh, just another kind of outdoor game. We wear our fingers rough with handling them. So by handling these stones and the loaf-like stones, our fingers are becoming rough. It is becoming like just another kind of outdoor game. One on a side, it comes to a little more. There where it is, we do not need the wall. So it was like playing outdoor game, one on a side. So it comes to a little more, again it is coming to the little more. There where it is, we do not need the wall. So then they have decided to, then the speaker has decided to stop, build the wall. Why he is having that intention? Because the farmer, being the farmer, his farm is full of apple orchards, and his neighbor's farm is full of pine. While his farm is full of apple orchards, It will never cross the pine and eat the corns under his pine. It will not have the habit of going towards them and eat. I tell him. He only says, good fences make good neighbors. He only says, good fences make good neighbors. The speaker decided not to have wall, so he had have some intention to speak with his neighbor. That time, his neighbor says, good fences make good neighbors. Spring is a mischief in me. So due to spring season, he thought of conveying this information to his neighbor, and he wondered whether this notion would reach his neighbor's head. Why do they make good neighbors? Isn't it where there are cows, but here there are no cows. So I don't have any cows. There is also no cows. So there is obviously there is a wall is not required for two forms. Before I built a walk, I would ask to know what I was walling in and what I was walling in, what I am going to lose and what I am not going to lose if I am not having this wall. This is what the information that he wanted to ask his neighbor, and to whom I was like to give offense. Something that doesn't have a wall. So nothing is going to happen if the wall is not here. And again, the first line of the statement has been coming. It is something that doesn't have a wall that wants it down. I could say else. So he started to speak something to his neighbor, but say by saying something that doesn't have a wall that wants it down. So meanwhile, he is also thinking that elves, that is heavenly spirits, elves. I could say elves to him, but it is not elves exactly. And I would rather, he said, it is for himself. I see him there bringing a stone. So he has decided that only supernatural, only spiritual spirits could do something by preventing his neighbor to build the blocks, that is walls between his farm. And by having this intention, while he saw that side, he is bringing a stone grasped firmly by the top. In his top, he is bringing the stone. In each hand, so in each hand, he is bringing the stone, like an old stone savage armed. He moves in darkness as it seems to me. So he decides that having the wall, he is moving, the neighbor of the speaker is moving towards darkness, not of woods, only the shade of trees. So now darkness is not of woods, it is because of the shade of trees. He will not go behind his father's saying. So he has decided that the speaker has decided that the neighbor will not go behind his father's saying, and he likes having thought of it. So he says again, good fences make good neighbors. That is the end of the last line. And summary of the poem is: a stone wall separates speaker's property from his neighbors. In spring, they two meet to walk the wall and jointly make repairs. The speaker sees no reason for the wall to be kept. There are no cows to be contained, just apple and pine trees. Since only apple and pine trees are there won't be any reason for the speaker to build a wall. He tries to influence his neighbor's thinking. The speaker tries to influence his neighbor's thinking. The neighbor resorts to an old saying that is, good fences make good neighbors. Do not ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up. So with this, we have come to the end of the poem. Thank you all.